Why would you travel to a place that was banned to foreign tourists? Many reacted with concern when we told them that we were visiting a remote village situated in the mountains between Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. Gelan is located very close to the border that nowadays separates these former Soviet republics. The area around the village was under restricted access until mid-2018, but past tensions have transformed into positive ties, and these countries have closer relations in recent years. However, reaching Gelan, one of the highest urban settlements in Uzbekistan, is still a challenging journey. Most of its inhabitants are ethnically Tajiks, who speak a variety of the Persian language, so hiring a guide can be key to communicate with the welcoming locals. Forget about modern media misconceptions. Central Asia is one of the most evocative parts of our planets, and destinations like Gelan are untouched gems where traditional lifestyles have been preserved in a fascinating way. We're Rain and Chano. Subscribe to our channel to join us in our 6-part travel series of Uzbekistan. After starting our Uzbekistan trip in its booming capital, Tashkent, we traveled to Samarkand, the heart of the Silk Road. Most tourists will continue their itinerary towards Bukhara, but we wanted to experience and film the mountains of Uzbekistan first. Chano spent many hours researching and contacting different people, but finally found an Uzbek guide who agreed perfectly with our plan of visiting Gelan. Only few minutes into our 5-hour ride, we knew that we had chosen the right man for this tour. On our long way, Inom answered every question that we had about his country, transmitting his knowledge about his homeland with passion. 1 hour after departing from Samarkand, we did a quick stop in a side road bazaar. We had tried nuts and fruits in previous local bazaars, so this time we decided to buy the Uzbek kurt, one of the most popular snacks of Central Asia for centuries.
And then we can add different type of spices there, basilic, pepper.
These salty cheese balls, made of fermented milk and dried in natural conditions, can have different flavors and colors, depending on the quantity of salt and spices used to prepare them. They were a very common food for nomads, shepherds, and merchants due to their long-lasting qualities and durable flavor.
How much is this?
The same price per kilo 140,000.
He's giving you figures. Ah,
Very close to the bazaar, we stopped again in a place that we were not expecting at all. Inom knows the owner of this popular restaurant, so they allowed us to access into the area where they have traditional tanduris. They specialize in lamb, which they slowly roast in these cylindrical clay ovens. They use a special cloth to cover the ovens and seal it with mud. This is to prevent the heat from dispersing away and maintain almost 500 degrees Celsius. The meat is seasoned with juniper leaves from nearby trees. And we must admit that it is one of the most delicious dishes that we have ever tried.
very good.
They're gonna put on the top.
This traditional way of cooking is preserved for so many generations.
Well done.
It was absolutely fascinating to witness the entire culinary process. From creating the fire, bringing the meat inside the ovens, to recording the time to cook the meat perfectly until the freshly cooked meat are brought to the long line of eagerly waiting customers.
Wow.
Despite their very hard work, the staff were always welcoming, happy, and extremely proud to have us filming their master skills. We continued our way to Gelan, looking forward to more adventures. For the first 2 hours, we had quite good roads, but some kilometers ahead of Sharisov city, we went into the deep Uzbek countryside, crossing small mountain villages with many kilometers of windy dirt tracks. Luckily, Inom's nephew was a great and calm driver, and he overcame the difficult and bumpy terrain with proficiency. There is no public transport to Gelan, and Google Maps doesn't show properly the way. The chances of finding someone who speaks English is very low, and there is no internet connection for many hours, so be extremely careful if you decide to do this thrilling drive on your own. We stopped for a few minutes in this beautiful gorge, just to take a short break from the bumpy ride.
Bye-bye.
Around 5 hours later, we finally reached Gelan. As part of our tour, Inom organized the booking of our accommodation for our night in the village. The rooms were simple but well insulated, with comfortable beds. We had a clean toilet and a huge dining area with kitchen where we ate our meals, which were also included in the price. We didn't want to waste time, so we quickly ate our lunch and drank a cup of tea to recharge our batteries and start exploring the village. It is believed that Gelan was founded around the beginning of the 14th century. In all these centuries, the traditional architecture of this village of 6,000 inhabitants hasn't changed that much. Just few steps from the guest house, and we were absolutely amazed by their houses and barns. Their buildings are mostly built with natural earth materials like wood, mud, and hay. New houses have a more modern style, but some of the oldest houses still preserve a distinctive structure, with the upper floor designed for the daily living and the ground floor for the livestock.
Here in the remote areas, we don't have masters, especially for the construction, for building. So people here, we use the word hashar. Hashar means like voluntarily, like you help your friends, your neighbors. You don't ask money, you don't charge. Just when you're free, you go there and help. You sit, you chat together. That's somehow social gathering and support each other.
Even nowadays, many people in Gelan exchange favors or products instead of using money. Today for you, tomorrow for me, as an idea of mutual support to build a solidary sense of community. Of course, there are convenience stores in Gelan as well, where locals can buy anything that they need, like clothes, cosmetics, utensils, foods, or sweets.
So now we are in the village shop. We can find here almost everything, but not still water. When I asked the guy, he's saying they drink water from the mountain. All their water comes from the mountain, spring water, and it's very, very useful and fresh. Here you can find the soft drinks, that's all.
If you are entering the stores only for curiosity, don't forget to buy something to support the local owners.
So everything they need, they just buy from here.
We also got candies and cookies for the many friendly kids that were playing on the streets. It felt very positive to see many happy kids around doing natural children's stuff instead of being attached to a screen. Another interesting aspect that we noticed was the dried manure from their animals, which is used as a fertilizer to grow delicious organic foods, but also as renewable energy.
And then they make a shape, they dry it, and then they're gonna burn it in winter time. So we can use it from Tandiri or even for cooking. There's no smell, nothing, but it burns well like a charcoal.
Inom also mentioned that the government provides the locals with gas to help with the heating and cooking, especially useful in the cold and snowy winter months. The numerous Soviet vehicles that we saw on the roads of Gelan were also very captivating. You can still see some of these old vehicles around Uzbekistan, but there is a wide variety of them in this village. From huge trucks for carrying heavy loads to tractors for working the farmlands, from the beast 4x4s for facing any terrain, to the powerful motorbikes for getting around with cool style, and even sidecars. It is incredible to know that some of these vehicles were manufactured even more than 40 years ago, and they can simply be repaired again and again to last more and more.
This is our car.
Sometimes the mechanical work is done by the locals themselves.
What I like about the Soviet vehicles, they are very simple and very easy. You can replace it, even just you can put some screw, but still you can, it works. And then engines, especially, very, very simple, very reliable.
There are also professional mechanics in Gelan, like the owner of this garage.
Battery problems, this is oil.
So this one produced in 1989.
1980, that's my year. That's when I was born. Oh, you're saying yeah?
Before the collapse of USSR.
Yeah.
We are in the same age as you and everyone.
Wow.
The Art Gallery of Muhammadiy is a place that you cannot miss in Gelan. The local and self-taught master painter kindly welcomed us into his studio and explained to us his paintings with detail. As someone who loves painting, I was so impressed with his work.
1960s. I will trust it.
Şu 60-70 yıllar Tuşası buraya çizdi. Şu avam yoktu.
He's saying this photo is very special. So you can see here that the mosque, and then ladies, they're setting the fire, and with a drum, they're making party. That's the wedding party. Yes, evening time they are dancing. You see, and then there's old granny. You remember the granny we saw? So, and then kids are on the roof. They rebuilt. There wasn't any dome on the top of the mosque, but he just imagined it and created this.
So there was no dome before when he did that painting?
Yes, and then only last year they renovated the mosque and they put the beautiful new dome. But the picture from 1960s.
So basically, they took his picture for inspiration.
Yeah.
Tafakkur edip şu to'g'ri keldi-da.
Tafakkur is very beautiful word. It's just imagination.
He's a real artist.
Yeah. The picture goes back to 2019. Here you can see the old man. He's still alive, but now his elder son is running the mill. But still, mill is working.
And the old man is still alive.
Yes. He's 88 years old.
It was very interesting to listen to all the stories behind his beautiful creations and to see Gelan through his talented eye. His incredible paintings can be purchased on site, but some of the biggest ones that he painted many decades ago are part of his personal collection, although he can paint copies for the customers and deliver them afterwards. Muhammadi, like his father and previous generations, is also a carpenter. He can craft also traditional instruments.
It's like a tor. Tor means like a type of musical instrument. So here different type of sitars: Afghani sitar, Indian sitar, and Gelan sitar. This is the Gelan.
Oh, Gelan.
So he wants to play.
Where did he learn how to paint?
Bu yoshlikdan balki qonda bordi.
This is from the childhood. He spent more time with his granny. He was also a craftsman. He made boxes, and in the boxes he had geometrical patterns. His granny used different type of pencils, and then from childhood he started using these pencils, but he didn't have any professional education.
Wow.
He didn't have.
Yes.
Wow.
He's really a master, gifted artist.
So we bought a very beautiful painting of the town from the master because we appreciate art. Especially me, I really love painting, and also we love to support the local community in our small way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The story of Muhammadi proves that even without a specific formal education, with passion, will and time, and of course, a sparkle of inner talent, any craft can be learned even in the most remote areas of the world. Next, we visited the main mosque of the village, which is being wonderfully renovated. Its stunning wooden columns are carved from juniper trees from the nearby mountains. Gelan inhabitants practice Islam, and Muslim customs and traditions are a very important part of the local culture. We were welcomed by a local villager, and once inside, Inom kindly replied to all our questions about Islam. Even if we come from Christian countries, Chano and I spent time learning about other religions during our trips. There are more similarities than differences between all of us. In these turbulent times of constant misinformation and hate speech, traveling with respect and an open mind is a great antidote to fight against the divisions that continue to hurt humanity around the planet. Chano showed Inom a picture of a viewpoint from where he wanted to capture the sunset over the village. and our resourceful guide quickly found the exact location. The light was magical and the clouds were very dramatic, but the top of the mountain that Chanu wanted to include in his composition was partially covered. While we were waiting to see if conditions improve, a local man who had climbed all these tall mountains told us to return the next day in the morning for a clear sky. He knew by the direction of the wind that the clouds would move away. So Inom and Chano planned the next sunrise to capture Gelan from a higher viewpoint, to then climb down the hill to return to this exact spot in the morning.
So we are here with Inom, our guide. I wanted to introduce him much better. I found him online, reading his great reviews, and so far, only a few hours with him, everything has been great. He's really professional, he's super knowledgeable, he knows about everything, history, culture, agriculture, everything about Uzbekistan. And now we are here with him in Gelan village. He talks to the locals, introduces the local to us.
Thank you very much for visiting to my lovely country. I'm Inom. I've been working in the tourism for 15 years and I have made thousands of friends. And our advantages, let's just say, when we meet our clients, we meet like a clients, and at the end, we always become friends. So we have small agency based in Tashkent city, but we work mostly with mountain areas. Close to Tashkent, we have beautiful mountains. It's called the Chimgan Mountains. We have beautiful rivers and then blue lakes and glaciers and high mountains. And then we always try to show the clients quite remote places and to feel the heart of the local people.
That's great. Thank you so much, Inom. We are going to be with him tomorrow as well, but then at the end of this travel series in Uzbekistan, we are going with him again for 2 days to the Chimgan Mountains.
Yes.
That's right. So we will see him again. Book him well in advance because he showed me his schedule for this season travel series and he's fully booked. So
okay.
A few months before. Okay.
Thank you very much and welcome to Uzbekistan. Let's explore it.
When we returned to the guest house, our dinner was ready for us. The plov was absolutely delicious.
You wanted to experience an authentic village, remote village life.
Maybe somewhere emergency situation, it may happen. Like it's mountain, so maybe some stones fell down. So you must be ready for everything.
The light was back in less than 5 minutes. The next day, we left the guest house at 6 a.m. for our sunrise hike. Suddenly, from almost every house, a lady came out guiding the family cow to the main square of the village. Little did we know that we were going to experience such an authentic cow traffic jam. Another surprising fact is that the local shepherds are men from different families who will take turns in order to guide the livestock to the high meadows. In this way, they all share the duty of taking care of the village cattle, and they don't have to pay another man for the job. Once again, the power of community in Gelan is constantly present. We continued our way up, sharing the way with the friendly cows, and sometimes getting trapped between them while taking videos.
Inom is bringing us to shepherd the cows to the top of the village. No, just joking, we were just lucky to see the cows and we are going to the top. We go to the upper point of the top.
That's fresh milk from the village, Gelan. Milk must be super delicious and useful for the body. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Wow.
It's really good, isn't it?
Wow. So the flavor still warm.
Yeah, it's even sweet. Don't finish it, it's his.
This is surely one of the best milks we have ever tried. This kind lady explained to us that every morning the women wake up very early to milk their cows before the shepherds come to pick them up. We absolutely loved this morning hike. As we slowly left the village houses behind, the snowy mountains were constantly peeking out in the background. Part of the Hissar mountain range, Gelan is situated at an altitude of more than 2,000 meters above sea level, but some of the nearby peaks reach up to more than 4,000 meters. It's never easy to wake up early during holidays, but the views from the top were totally worth it, and the fresh air of the mountains was invigorating.
Inom brought us to this very beautiful viewpoint where we can see the village of Gelan and the mountain. Inom, can you please tell us about the mountain?
Yeah, sure. So now we are in one of the highest point of Gelan village. Right now, here is 2,100 meters over sea level. And here we can see the beautiful mountain, the valley with the beautiful snowy peaks. And here we can see the capybara. That is the highest point of this area, 4,450 meters. Big capybara, we call it. Just behind this peak, unfortunately we can't see it, we have the highest point of Uzbekistan, 4,630 meters, with the name Hazrat Sultan. People usually come here, mountain lovers visit these places to take these beautiful peaks.
Thank you very much, Inom.
You are welcome.
Thank you for bringing us
You're
here.
most welcome.
Inom chose a different way to climb back down to the village. Spring is a wonderful time to visit this part of Uzbekistan, with cooler temperatures here than in the historic cities of the Silk Road. The wide variety of wildflowers that grow here is another example of the pure nature that surrounds Gelan. Agriculture is the most extended occupation in the village, with delicious potatoes and fruits being the most common crops in their steep slopes. There are around 1,300 farms in the area around the village.
At least 400 kilo, half tons maybe.
Wow.
How the piece is going? It's Soviet Niva from 1980s.
Wow.
It's already 40 years old. It's older than me. Oh my god. It's a beast.
Beast.
That's Trey's new car
I would love to.
when she gets the driver license.
I wondered.
More than 4 hours hiking already.
In case you were still wondering, the man who lives next to the viewpoint over the mosque was completely right, and Chano could finally capture his dream composition over Gelan on her way down. While we continued walking along the narrow streets of Gelan, the welcoming villagers continuously greeted us, often offering us free foods.
She's saying if you want more, please go ahead. This is from the last year harvest.
Wow, that's so bright.
They kept asking where we were from and always happy to pose for a video or a picture with a smile on their faces. Thanks to their positive hospitality, we didn't feel like outsider tourists, but like their guests.
Please, do you want? That's so good.
You already have your lunch now.
We even got to meet one of the oldest of the village. At 91 years old, this gentleman interrupted his walk to the mosque to offer us tea and to talk to us. Gelan has a higher number of centenarians than other towns in Uzbekistan, with many people here living more than 100 years old and reaching their 80s and 90s in a very good health. The active lifestyle and organic diet, the pure air of its mountainous location and connection to nature, the traditional customs, and the strong sense of community all contribute to the longevity of its inhabitants. And it reminded us of our time when we visited the Centenarians in the town of Isroilov in the blue zone of Sardinia, Italy.
He's soon he'll be 80.
Wow, look very young.
Still very strong.
Yeah.
Yaxshi holat ekan.
And the wife is saying goodbye to him, saying, "Take care."
This is very typical way of making the mattress for the vehicles and for house. The ladies now, she's mixing the sheep wool with the cotton. She's gonna, by hitting with a stick, we have special stick, and then she's gonna make it more softer, and she's gonna combine the two raw materials, and then she's gonna keep it like a couple of days under the sun, and it's ready. And she can make a special material and then make the mattress.
Wow, that's hard work.
We noticed that the local ladies were very strong and respected. They share the rural hard work with the men. In just 24 hours in Gelan, we learned so much about their untouched traditions, and we had so many unforgettable interactions. Broaden your horizons and travel to places that go beyond your homeland beliefs, and you won't regret it. There was still one last place near Gelan that we wanted to visit. Inom quickly agreed a fair price with a local man to bring us there with his own car. The way to the old mill is very steep and bumpy, so it requires a 4x4 vehicle.
Uzbekistan rally.
If it rains, it's a problem. If it not rains, so slowly.
Very steep.
It was very fun to have our first experience inside this Soviet car in such a terrain. Unfortunately, the mailman wasn't there at that moment, and we didn't have more time to wait for him to come and open the interior of the mill. Nevertheless, the location was already beautiful and justified our adventurous ride to get there. We wished we could have stayed more days in Gelan, but our time was limited and we had to visit more places in Uzbekistan. After the long drive back to Samarkand, we said goodbye to Inom and checked in at our hotel next to the train station. We were so tired that we went to sleep immediately, and we didn't even enjoy the outdoor pool or the spa facilities of this fancy hotel. Maybe next time. That ends the third episode of our Uzbekistan travel series. Please subscribe to our channel to support us and to follow our upcoming adventures. Help us to reach more people by sharing and liking this video, and also by dropping a comment below. Don't miss our next episode, because we will show you a city founded as a desert oasis for the Silk Road. Next stop, Bukhara, one of the most amazing destinations in Central Asia. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring, rain or shine.